Hi. Sorry. Hi. How y'all doing? No one's here yet, but how y'all doing? What is up, chat? Hi. Fun fact, I am extremely homosexual. Hi, August. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Oh, hold on. I'll save that stretch for when you can see me. How are you guys? I have to type out the hold on. It's me and him. I have to type out the link. HTT, and not HHT. HTTPS //twitch.tv/chasing stars. I did it right. Okay, stretch time. Okay. How is everyone doing tonight? Not doing too well, my skin is stained blue. Hi, Straw. I'm sorry to hear that, August. That fucking sucks. Other than the ice cream. The ice cream's good. What flavor ice cream was it? Do 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 do. It's a mood drop. I have orange cream, orange vanilla. Orange vanilla. Coke. Straw, how have you been? It's been a while. Birthday cake and had blue frosting in it. That sounds actually really good. That is super poggers that you are painting. I have been doing a lot of painting recently. Not like on canvas, but on popsicle sticks. So there's that. I don't know what that is. Oh, Homestuck. almost died trying to dye their skin gray using a bathtub full of vodka and gray Sharpie ink? Okay. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what to say. So I'm gonna go. Not permanently, I'm just gonna go get something. Just a little bit, yeah. I'll be right back. If anyone else joins, say hi. Don't talk about Sharpie Bath. I'll be right back. I have to get something to start this off. It's a very cool something, and you're gonna like it a lot. Okay, bye. Oh, I'm back. Oh my god, wait. Hold on. Hi. Hi, Cass. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, Cass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs. Cass, how was your stream? Is the music too loud? Am I too quiet? There's something happened. That is epic poggers. That is so epic poggers. That's literally so cool. Okay. Before I start, I want to open my window and then hopefully cool off, because I did a lot of work today and running up the stairs is annoying. Okay. Okay. Okay, before we actually start on Bandstand, I have something that I've been working on for the past week and a half. Hold on. I want to make sure you can't see it yet. I want to make everything pretty. Perfect. I'm the best. Okay. I'm very excited about this. Y'all look quiet today. Okay. I've been working on this for a while. And then, oh my god, this music is distracting. I was wondering why I couldn't get a sentence out. Sure, it's fine. You're painting. Knocked something on the floor. Okay. Augie. You guys don't know what this is, because it doesn't look pretty on the outside, and it's not supposed to, yet. Maybe ever. I'm not sure yet. It's a miniature. Hold on. Look at the door. If I could take the door off, I totally would to show you. But like, I worked very hard on that door. And it's obviously not done yet, because the walls are very bare, and like the room is just empty. But it's a library. I made little bookshelves. So library. Hi Bam, I'm showing off my miniature. It's a little library. These are the bookshelves. I didn't have varnish, so I just I mixed acrylic and water, and it worked pretty well. Here's the full thing. With a carpet and everything, and this is the reception desk. It's very exciting. It's out of a Lowe's box? Lowe's box. Okay. Enough about that. I didn't plan at all for this stream. I was just like, hey, what do I like? I know what I like. It really bugs me that I can't actually play any of the music. But I can't play any of the music, because I'll die. August, you missed the most exciting thing. I'll show it one more time. Planning is overrated. Titanfall 2 is $8 on Steam right now. That's cool. Here's what you missed, August. By the way, the flooring, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. That's popsicle sticks. The flooring is popsicle sticks. Hi, Mac! Hello. I am live. The flooring is popsicle sticks. And I had to place each one of those in there individually. and then stain them. And then the door is very fun. It's a library. Ugh. No. Mac, I'll show it to you in person tomorrow. I'm very excited. Not tomorrow. Saturday. And then little bookshelves. Did Mac leave already? Mac is coming over on Saturday for a tea party. I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited. I get to plan a tea party. There's like 4 people total, including me. And we're having a tea party. Socially distanced, but it's, you know. I'm making a tiny house because I really wanted to get into miniature making for D&D, but I wasn't sure that, number one, I wasn't sure if it would be for me, and number 2, wasn't sure that I would be any good at it. So I wanted to start by making something and just, like, see. I'm not going to be working until at least Sunday, or at the latest Sunday. Oh. Good that you've ordered the new stuff. But yeah, so this is the first miniature, hopefully of many. And when I finish it and I can, like, meet people in person on a regular basis again, I might plan a D&D one-shot for it and then use it for a D&D one-shot. So that's exciting. Guys, there are 5 of you. Hi, all 5 of you. Do you want to hear about my favorite musical? If you don't, then this is the wrong place for you. If you don't like watching musicals, that's totally okay. This is a good place to come for you if you don't like listening to musicals, because I will just explain the plot of the musical and then you don't have to listen to it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll move him. Okay. I'm very excited about this. This is my favorite musical. If you guys have seen my Twitter, hold on, let me open Twitter. My Twitter is just full of this musical. It's full of it. Fun facts, hand them over. I didn't see that, I'm sorry. Your fun fact is that a group of ferrets is called a fluffle? Is it a fluffle? Hold on. Is it a business? It's a business. Sorry. A group of, like, there's another one that's a fluffle. I think that might be bunnies. A group of ferrets is called a business. A group of... Oh, I'm bleeding. A group of vultures is called a committee, I think. Where am I tweeting from? Wait.
That's really funny, Karma. I love that. It's very good. Okay, I don't know where I'm bleeding from, but I think it stopped. I think the reason I thought I was still bleeding is because there was already blood on my fingers. Okay. That's your fun fact. A group of ferrets is called a business, and a group of vultures is called a committee. Getting boba? Oh, hell yeah. Fucking love boba. Let's see how many Bandstand tweets I have. I have a lot of Bandstand tweets. The musical is Bandstand. It's very, very good. It was, on Broadway, and it was... Oh, neat! Yeah, it was on Broadway, and then it did a national tour, and it's like the smallest... It's like the most unknown musical that's ever done a national tour, to, like, me. Not statistically speaking or anything, but, like, I've never met anyone in person who's heard of it, other than the people that I went to see it with. I'm getting my first dose tomorrow. Very excited. Yeah, I went to see it. I'm not sure when I went to see it. I think I have it in a folder. My, it's not a... What are they called? The booklets. The little pamphlet things. I forget what they're called. Found it. My state governor. I still can't remember what they're called, and I have them. Playbills. Playbills. I'm not sure they're actually playbills unless they're on Broadway, but, like, I do have a playbill. I didn't go to see Mean Girls, but one of my friends did. And they brought me back a playbill. And then... because I saw Dear Evan Hansen. And then my prized possession. Dear Evan Hansen is great. If you like musicals that make you cry, this one is perfect. Yeah. If you like musicals that will make you cry, this one is, like, you should definitely listen to it. So it's called Bandstand. It's so good. Do they have synopsises in this? I'm not sure they do. I saw it in Eugene, Oregon, I think? Or Washington. I'm not sure where Eugene is. I should probably know that. Sorry for not. I was hoping there would be a year on here. 2019. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I went and saw it in 2019 in Eugene. It's Oregon. And I got obsessed. I'd never heard of it before then, and I'm so glad that I went because it did make me sob, and it still continues to make me sob. It is about this guy called Donnie Nowitzki. It's set right after World War II ends. And it follows this guy, Donnie Nowitzki, who was in the front lines in World War II, and he returns home, and he's trying to find a job for himself. Right? Before he left for the war, he played accordion at weddings, and he played piano at local bars, and he did all that stuff. He's a musician. And he gets home, and it's been 4 years since he was there, so everything's changed, and he's older now, so none of the bars want him, because there's this brand new young face who's here. Why should we take you? I'm gonna get some calmer music. It's a sad musical. I'm not gonna... Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. It follows this guy, Donnie. He comes home from the war. He's trying to figure out, he's trying to put everything the way it was before. The first song is Just Like It Was Before. Let me get the lyrics up and then I can go through. Soundtrack. Very good. Good job. Okay, Just Like It Was Before. So the song starts with him in war, in the middle of a battle zone. And it starts with his friend talking and trying to direct everyone and make sure everyone stays hopeful that they're gonna make it out alive. And then he asks Donnie to do a grenade, throw a grenade on his go, and then says go. And then you see Donnie throw the grenade, and then you hear him go get out, and then there's an explosion, and he threw the grenade wrong, and it killed his friend. So we're opening on a great note, on a very happy note. It's not a happy musical. I'm sorry, guys. It gets happy. It does. I promise. But yeah, he throws the grenade wrong, and his friend dies, and then it cuts to him going back to Cleveland and trying to be all happy, and the ensemble is reiterating that everything's gonna go back to normal. The boys are coming home, the flags are flying high. You hug your girl when you walk through the door. Before you know it, it'll be just like it was before. That is a theme that is reiterated the entire musical. It will be just like it was before. Everything will go back to normal, and we'll be fine. Yeah. The band is tuning up to play your favorite song, so like you used to come and sing along. And there are endless carefree days in store. Before you know it, it'll be just like it was before. Roll the bones X. The interlude. Okay.
Okay.
So, in the first song, there's already this, like, repeating theme of everything will go back to normal. Everything will be fine. It starts off really sad, and there are sad parts. But it is, like, so good. My dad was in the military for, like, all of my life until 2019. He retired in, like, the summer of 2019. So it was really recent. I've still never lived in the same place for more than 3 years. My dad's been deployed multiple times. There were times where I didn't know if he would come back. He's been to Afghanistan, like, and I wasn't ever sure, like, how close he was getting to an actual active war zone. There was one time he talks about where he slept through bombings. Like, he just slept through them. They didn't wake him up. And I always thought that was funny when he told me that. But now I look back on it and I'm like, you were close enough to hear the bombings. And that is terrifying. So, yeah, I'm used to my dad being in the military. So this musical hit really close to home for both of us, and for, like, my entire family. It hit really close to home. Especially for him. He went, and he, like, sobbed. He is kind of a badass, and also sleeps through bombs. What the fuck? Like, he does not wake up for anything, is the moral of the story. But yeah, there's some context behind it, why this musical is my absolute favorite thing in the world, and why it means so much to me. Bobbums. So, yeah. So, it's like the ensemble, as he's like going back to Cleveland, Ohio. He lives in Cleveland. What was I thinking? Where am I? No. The ensemble's just repeating. It'll be just like it was before. Everything will be normal. Everything will be happy. You'll be okay. Like, the war's over. You're fine. Hello. Welcome, Adrian. And after the ensemble does that, it's Donnie talking to his friend Al, who runs a bar, and he's like, hey, I like the band, sure could use me on keys, you should hire me. And he's like, no, we just got a new person on keys. Like, they love him. They love him so much. But, like, do you do weddings still for, like, accordion? Which, like, he replies to it, and he's like, a gig's a gig. But you can tell that, like, he's tired of doing weddings. He's tired of playing accordion at weddings. He wants something more. He wants to be an actual musician. He writes music. He does accordion. He does piano. He just wants more. But things have changed so much since he got back. He's too old now, and no one wants him. Because they've got these new young folks playing at the bars and shit. So, I'm just gonna read out the talking bits, cause it's like, it's only the first song. So he goes, I don't remember what the paperwork he's filling out is. It's something about, like, being back home. He's gotta fill out paperwork. So he's going to fill out paperwork. The woman calls for him, tells him where to sign. He sits back down, and he talks with a soldier next to him, who asks what division he's in. He says 37th. What was that? Solomon Islands? Yeah, Bougainville. Shit, that must have been holy hell. Something like that. When'd you get back? A couple weeks ago. You doing cash or college? I need the cash. And then the guy responds, oh my god. Ugh. The guy responds with, find something quick, pal. I've been to 3 funerals this month. Nobody's talking about it because those guys came back fine a while ago. And Donnie says, what happened? And the guy responds with, they wanted a way to make it stop. Find something quick. And then he's called away to go sign his paperwork. Oh, it hurts, dude. It hurts. Like, I promise, this musical is so good. It's so sad. I cry every time I listen to the soundtrack. But it's so good. So then, he says, I'd like a good night's sleep. Is that too much to ask? I need a shot of whiskey. All I got's an empty flask. And as he's saying that, it's just a bunch of people denying him, like, going to perform at clubs. And being like, hey, we've already got someone. Like, it's fine. And then you hear one of the ladies from the ensemble go, before you know it, it'll be just like it was before. And then the music fades out, and then you rehear Donnie screaming in the beginning, get out, which is what he screamed when he threw the grenade. And so it's like a PTSD flashback. And it's like, ouch. Huh? And then as soon as he does that, the music picks back up, and it's like, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be so good. We're gonna be just like it was before. It's fine. And then he's like bargaining with this guy who owns a club. I'll take the slow nights. And then he responds, but we just got a new headliner. Just 18 years old. The baby-faced. The girls love him. And Donnie says, I'm sure I was playing circles around him when I was 18. Yeah, well, you're not 18 now, are ya? And then he goes, some of us had a little service to take care of. Maybe you saw something in the papers. Look, we're all thankful for your service, but I got nothing for you here. And then he goes, come on, I'm dying here. The whole town's giving me the same runaround. The only thing I live for is to play. If I can't play, what's the use of me making it back home? And then he goes, that's a bit dramatic. Want to try out for the Community Theater Guild? They're down the block. And then Donnie has this amazing solo. That's what they tell me. Why do I not believe it? They want illusion and they achieve it. We all relive the past and never want to leave it. The world is ending and we're pretending it'll be just like it was. And then he's in a club still. And he hears the radio. And on the radio, he hears, this is Andre Baroche for the American Songbook of Popular Music, brought to you by Bar Aspirin. NBC Radio and Metro Goldwyn Mayer are looking for the next great swing band to write their very own song in honor of our boys in uniform. Yes, it's the American Songbook's tribute to the troops. A winning band from each state will compete in a nationwide broadcast live from the Palace Theater in New York on December 16th to determine who will appear in a spectacular new motion picture musical and be immortalized in Hollywood history. So in the first song, Donnie accidentally kills his best friend, has to live with that on top of everything that he's already had to deal with from the war. Goes home, is denied places in bars in, like, where he wants to be because he's too old. And he's just thrown, like, here's a wedding. That works, right? That's fine. He's denied places in bars. He's being, like, it's being shoved down his throat that everything will go back to normal. And he has PTSD from everything. And he hears about a competition, a songwriting competition, as a tribute to the troops. And so he thinks, who could do that better than a troop? Who could do that better than the people that we're tributing? Words are not my forte, guys, but, like, basically he's like, they want to write us, they want, tribute for the troops. Who's better to do that than a group of soldiers? So he has an idea. Next song is Donny Nowitzki, my favorite song. I'm trying to record a version of this, except, like, it's literally, oh my god, okay, a little tangent. This musical is so underrated. They don't have karaoke tracks. It went on national tour. They don't have karaoke tracks for it. I don't know what to do. Like, it's it's so good. And it's like, damn, okay. No karaoke tracks, guess I can't do covers. So, I think I might just do a cappella. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna pause this just in case I want to hum them. Yeah. The soundtrack is on YouTube. I'm not sure that the bootleg is. Bandstand. Thank you, Karma. I hope you have a lovely night.
Sit back. Turn off your cell phone and have an event.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jill White.
Hi.
Got a little service to take care of. Maybe you saw something in the papers.
Yes. Oh my god, they do have it. Oh my god. Okay, it's really bad quality. It's, they did a pro shot and then put it on, like, they put it online for a limited time, right? And so someone had their phone playing the pro shot and then had another phone recording that phone screen. So it's not good quality. But I'm not gonna break the law by sending this to you. I'm not gonna break the law by sending this to you. I don't approve of bootlegs. Check the Discord. I don't approve of bootlegs. I don't approve of bootlegs. Check the Discord. Don't illegally watch things. Check the Discord. Yeah. Found the piano track. Huh. Okay. I can't go in depth about all of the songs. I might do, like, I talked to my dad about this, and I said it as a joke, but I'm honestly thinking about it. I might do video essays on each of the songs. Like a 10-minute video essay on each song and be like, hey, this is this, and this is the significance of it, and here's, like, lyrics that are, like, that you might not get, and here's, like, cool things. Here's some cool things. Here, let me info dump. All over. Just everywhere. So, in Donnie Nowitzki, he talks about how, the radio station, he goes, that's me, to a T. Might as well have said, hey, Donnie, come and get your prize. I could write it in my sleep. But the trick is the delivery, and the difference that I have is I was there, made it through, and now my number one priority is to put a band together that did too. Every horn and clarinet will be a military vet and be playing with authority. So his plan is to get a group of veterans together, start a swing band, win the competition. It should be easy. They all have the experience of, like, being in the war, so who better to honor the people who fought in the war than the people who fought in the war? And then he talks about his struggle of, like, I was an accordion genius playing weddings at 7 years old, and then the piano, like Fish Take to Water, by 9 It's Fats Waller Down Cold, tunes of my own start to work themselves out, I'm a 12-year-old Irving Berlin, all of that promise and none of the payoff. I'm still playing weddings and taking my day off from bumming around drinking gin. So, like, oh, hell yes! Oh, you're a god. This is like, oh my god, thank you. What a gift. I love you. For people who may be watching the VOD, it's a Donnie Nowitzki karaoke track. So he talks about how he has all this potential, and everyone's telling him it's gonna happen someday, you'll get big someday, and then they're like actively denying his chances to grow. So they're like, you'll do it, and then cutting off his chances to do it, which is annoying. And then he talks about how he's gonna take his shot. This is his one shot to do this. To listen to a podcast episode for Humanities and take notes of it. What I chose was only music. Yeah, take notes on that. Yeah, so in Donnie Nowitzki, he's like, I'm gonna do this. My potential is not gonna be wasted here. I'm gonna actually do this, and I'm gonna show them that I can do it. Fair enough, that works. And then it goes into I Know a Guy, where he's finding people to be in the band. So he goes to this guy called Jimmy that he knows, who is what does he play? What does Jimmy play? Well, you could if you really wanted to. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that in the stage version of the show, like, in the actual, I don't know why I said stage version like there's any other version, in the show, they all play their own instruments. They hired musicians and then taught them how to act. They didn't hire actors and teach them how to play the instruments. They hired musicians and taught them how to act the parts. And I think that's really fucking cool. Okay, yeah, Donnie goes to his friend Jimmy, who plays sax and clarinet. Translate. Be good. He's like, do you know anyone who served and is young and good looking like us? And he talks about, I know a guy, kicks it on bass. His regular gig is at Oliver's Place. He's better than anyone when he's not high. as in like drunk. And that would be Davy, and he is my favorite side character. I love him to death. I love Davy so much. His sense of humor is like amazing. But yeah, and then they're like, hey Davy, know anyone who could be in the band? Davy plays bass. And it goes through like, I know a guy, I know a guy, I know a guy. So yeah, Jimmy on sax and clarinet, Davy on bass, Nick on trumpet, Wayne on trombone, and Johnny on drums. Each of the members of the band have struggled with the adjustment from military life to home life, but they find friendship and commonality over this shared goal. So, I'm reading the wiki, by the way. They make a band. I am a guy. I am a guy. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Okay, so they perform at a bar, right? And Donnie gets the courage to deliver on a promise that he made to Michael. Michael is his best friend, who he accidentally killed. And the promise that he made was to check up on Michael's wife and make sure that she was okay and, like, adjusting and that she was okay, you know? So he goes and he checks in. He finally is, like, able to, like, prepare enough to have the confidence to check in on Julia. Julia is the wife. Okay, Julia and him go to, like, they plan a dinner. And during the prep for the dinner, Julia tells her mom, and she's like, I just want to know how Michael died. I want to know. Because she didn't know. She doesn't know how Michael died. She just knows that he is dead and that Donnie was there for it. And she's planning on asking him how Michael died. And her mom's like, why would you want that? What would that give you? And then it goes into who I was. Which is like... I have a tweet about this, guys. If you don't follow my Twitter, you should, because I post things. Where is it? I post things like this. And that is why you should follow me on Twitter. That was Julia before being branded a Gold Star wife, a distinction that's redefining my whole life. And then this picture of me crying. This was a genuine picture. And I'm told to be proud. All the newsreels and magazines practically shout it, but I'm never allowed to admit there is nothing remotely heroic about it. And then more pictures of me sobbing. And this is why you should follow my Twitter. What can I say? I'm an artist. So, Who I Was is the saddest song in the soundtrack to me, other than, like, the finale. It hurts a whole lot. And she tells her mom that I just want to know, like, what happened. Those are the lyrics. I just want to be like I was before like everyone's telling me to be. Everyone's shoving it down my throat to be who I was before, but I can't because nothing's the same. She says, easy smile, avid cinephile. That was Julia. Before being branded a gold star wife, a distinction that's redefining my whole life. Well, it feels like it does. I feel guilty because there are days where I just want to be who I was. For those of you who don't know, a gold star wife is a wife who lost her husband from service. Doesn't have to be the war. A gold star family is a family who lost a member in the war, or like in active service. So when I lived on base, there were parking spots for gold star members that only gold star members of families could park there. Not sure why they thought that. Like, what a weird thing to get from being a gold star wife. It was weird to me. Still is. It hurts. Yeah, so she's talking about how this distinction has redefined her whole life. Yeah, here's what you get now that your husband's gone. A parking spot. To the PX. Isn't that everything you've ever wanted? You get to park closer to the PX than anyone else does. Sorry for your loss. Like, what the fuck? It just is... It's weird. It feels off to me. She goes to say, there are days where I just want to be who I was. I'm not saying I'd trade the life that I had with him for a minute. That was once in a lifetime love, and I know I was lucky to win it. And I'm told to be proud. All the newsreels and magazines practically shout it. But I'm never allowed to admit that there is nothing remotely heroic about it. And it's shoved down her throat all the time that the people who fought in the wars were heroes. And like, they did good things by dying over there, and it was like an honorable way to die. There is no honor in dying like that. But she can never say that because everyone's shoving it down her throat that this is like something to be proud of. Oh my god, it hurts, dude. I'm never allowed to admit there is nothing remotely heroic about it. It's me, Draco Malfoy. Yep. And I'm dyeing my hair. Silver, actually, if we get the follow goal, so there's that. Anyway, then she goes on to say that she could never say that away from this dining room table, because no one, like, everyone would be like, how dare you be respectful? And then all the details of who I am made irrelevant with one single telegram. Everything changed as soon as she found out. What is dye hair? Gonna dye my hair with hair dye. Change the color of it to silver. That's okay. I'm gonna change the color of it. Well, fine then. Woke up today and chose cry. Me every day. It's an ouchie ouchie song. It hurts bad. And then there is That's not what I'm looking for. Weird. Okay. So she talks about, like, how she just wants to find out how he died. Donnie goes over for dinner. He refuses to tell her because it hurts too much. Obviously. Donnie invites her to join the band, and she does. She joins the band as a singer, and they're hoping to win for Michael. Okay, they rehearse together and then perform their first gig, trying out a new tune, You Deserve It, which is just like one of the songs they sing. It's very good. It's a really good song. When Donnie's confidence in writing the competition falters, Julia offers him a journal of poems she has written. Inspired by Julia's take on post-war life, Donnie composes a new melody for one of her poems that he is convinced will win them the preliminary in Ohio, which guarantees them a slot in the final in New York City. So they write a song, and it's Love Will Come and Find Me Again. And in the song, she's talking about how she wants to be okay with falling in love again, but it's hard. Because she didn't ever fall out of love. Like, if they broke up, there would be a chance to get over it. But she didn't ever have a chance to get over it because it was taken from her. And so it's about that and being like, I want to find love again, but I'm not sure I can. Ouch. And then they win the state preliminary, but they're told that they have to pay their own way to New York to be able to compete in the second round of elimination. And they don't have the money to do that. They do not have the money to go to New York just on a whim. So they're fucking, like, they're like, what the fuck? From disbelief and despair, Donnie rallies the band together with a vision of the world where they are recognized for their sacrifices and talents in Right This Way. And Right This Way is another one of the saddest songs. The three saddest songs for me: Who I Was, Right This Way, and Welcome Home. The finale, not the... I'll get to it. In Right This Way, he talks about what their trip to New York should be, which is like, we're pampered and like finally recognized for the sacrifices that we made to get here. And we'll get like the best of the best because we deserve it. After everything that we've been through, we deserve this, at least. They'll say Right This Way, we reserved this just for you. You've been waiting for this day, and it's the least that we can do. You have arrived at last, my friend. You've been fighting for far too long. And this is him, like, being like, this is what they'll say. After bunks on cargo ships, after trenches in the rain, after running for cover while dodging the flak, and 3 years and 8 months to fight my way back, and losing my faith while busting my ass, I think we're entitled to travel first class. Ugh. And then, they're like, how? Everyone in the band is like, what the fuck? How? Like, yeah, but how are we gonna do this? Because we don't have money. And he says, whatever gigs, whatever dates, whatever bookings we can get, we'll take them all. If there's a club in town where we can play a set. We are not finished yet. There's liquor dives and party rooms and VA halls, I bet. We fight for ourselves now, and all of the wrongs will be made right this way. After all that we've been through, we've been waiting for this day. It's the least that they can do. Troubled times are at an end, and they're waiting to hear our songs. You can bet we intend to stay right this way. It's like, it's so good. It's so powerful because in the end, everyone's like singing along in harmony and being like, yes, we deserve this. We're entitled to it. After everything that they put us through, this is the least that we should get. And so the next few songs are just them performing at as many clubs as possible. And the people in their city realize that what they're trying to do, because Donnie tells like the people who are hiring him that they're that is being paid for by the competition, because it's the least that they could do. But the club owners like catch on to the fact that like they're trying to raise money for themselves so that they can pay for it, because they're not gonna make it otherwise. And so the club owners start paying them more for the same gigs. They're like, hey, want to play tonight? It's short notice, so I'll throw in an extra 50. There are happy parts. There are happy parts, I promise. It's okay. It gets okay. It's not perfect, because the whole theme of the show is that it can't go back to the way it was before. And that's a sad story to be telling. So it's gonna be sad. There are happy parts where there is healing from that. But overall, most of the plot is sad, because it's a sad story to be telling. That nothing's going to be the same, because it couldn't possibly be. So, yeah, the club owners start realizing, and they start paying more for the same gigs so that they can get to New York. And they finally get enough to go to New York. And they go to New York, they sing the song Band in New York City. I forgot a bit. I'm so sorry. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, so they're raising more money, right? With New York imminent and the bond between them growing stronger, Julia presses Donnie for the truth about her husband's death in battle. So she's like, we know each other well enough now, and if I'm gonna go to New York with you, I want to know how Michael died. And he tells her. Horrified by the revelation that Donnie accidentally caused Michael's death in a friendly fire incident, Julia abandons the band. After expressing her feelings to her mother, June, her mom, tells Julia that sometimes everything happens without a reason or fault. Because Julia comes crying and she's like, he did it. And I want to believe that everything happens for a reason, but this is really hard to believe that there could be a reason for this. And June goes, things don't happen because of something. Like, I think one of the lyrics, I'm not going to pull up the lyrics because it's not a song I want to go super in depth on, but one of the lyrics is something along the lines of, everything happens, just that everything happens. Any reason as to why is a reason you supply when something happens. And it's like, there's no reason that things happen. If you think there is, that's just because you want to think there is. And you're convincing yourself that there is, but there doesn't have to be. And if you keep convincing yourself that there is a reason, then everything's gonna go bad when a bad thing happens that there couldn't possibly be a reason for. You're just gonna, like, go into your own head too much. So after this song, she realizes that as much as it hurts her to know that that happened, it probably hurt Donnie more to do it. and to live with that, and to need to live with that on top of everything else he went through in the war. He has to live with the fact that he killed Michael, his best friend, and then he had to tell Michael's wife that he did it. He had to live with all of that, and Julia only had to live with the thought of it, and he had to live with the actual actions. So she realizes it's fine. Because sad? Oh. So she realizes that, like, everything that, like, abandoning the band was selfish, because she realized that he was going through worse, and it was selfish of her to think that her hurt was worse than his. And after deep reflection, Julia returns to Donnie with a new poem as an apology, which paints a raw and truthful portrait of Donnie and the band members. Johnny was severely injured and suffers from chronic pain, amnesia, and cognitive issues. Nick was a prisoner of war, giving him anger and trust issues. Davy liberated Dachau, which was a camp, and has turned to alcohol and humor to cope with the memories. Wayne suffers mental illness, probably OCD. It's hinted that it's OCD, meaning his children no longer recognize him and his marriage breaks down. Jimmy focuses on law studies to avoid letting anybody in after terrible loss. Donnie is an insomniac who experiences survivor's guilt after the death of Michael, Julia's husband. And so she writes a song about that, about all of their true pain. Or she writes a poem about it, and Donnie puts it to music. And both of them realize that the lyrics must be rewritten if the song is ever to be performed in public. So they turn it into a love song about a girl and her returning soldier. Welcome home. So, ouch. The reason that hurts me so much is because it's along the same lines as it's in the same vein as the line, "And I'm told to be proud, all the newsreels and magazines practically shout it, but I'm never allowed to admit there is nothing remotely heroic about it." The public, I had a whole rant about this in a spam channel. On someone's server. Let me pull that up. Okay. Okay, he puts it to music and changes some of the words so it's not as depressing. Because the theme throughout the show so far is that they have to pretend to be okay or it will make people uncomfortable. So even in a competition that honors the troops, they have to censor themselves and their traumas and the things that they actually went through, because people who didn't fight in the war don't want to acknowledge that they went through all of these horrible things. Instead, they just want to put on this, like, fake, like, we're so proud, welcome home, like, it's an honorable thing. So they have the censored version of welcome home. And it's like, just the idea of them having to change their story to make other people comfortable because the reality is too sad for anyone to possibly bear is just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, this is... it's so good. It's so good. It makes me so sad, but it's so good. So they changed the lyrics, and that's Welcome Home. And they receive a generous donation from hometown fans. They set off to live their dream of being a band in New York City. After a magical first night in New York, Donnie and Julia find themselves outside her hotel room door, finally admitting their true feelings for one another. In This Is Life, where they talk about how, like, they'd love to have, like, a happy ending where they could just, like, kiss right now and just, like, run off and get married, but they can't because they have healing to do before they could ever be ready for that. They want to, but they can't. Not yet. They're not ready for it because this is life. This is real life. This isn't fiction. We can't just be ready for it immediately. They have healing. Okay, this is where there's like a kind of twist. Backstage at the final broadcast, moments before their appearance, the band realizes that in the fine print of the contract they signed is a trap. And the promised prize is a sham. And in the wiki, it doesn't explain exactly how it's a sham. But the fine print basically says that if they win the competition, the people running the competition will have rights to their song. And they won't be in the movies, but the song will. But they won't get any of the money from it, because they won't have the rights anymore. So they refusing to have their military service be sentimentalized and exploited by the contest promoters, and unwilling to give away their rights to the song, Donnie convinces the band to make the riskiest choice of all and fight for themselves. And live, they go out live, and they decide that it's win the competition and lose everything, or lose the competition and tell people about the truth and how, like, everything is shoved under the rug and only happy things are allowed. And so they sing the brutally honest word of her original poem, Welcome Home. And obviously they don't win the competition from that. Because, again, the public doesn't want to hear that bad things actually happened. And they knew they wouldn't win. But it was worth it to get the message out and tell people that these bad things do happen, and they've always happened, and nothing could possibly go back to the way it was before, but that's the message that they're shoving down everyone's throats. Everything will go back to the way it was. Everything's fine. So when it's not fine, they feel like there's something wrong with them. And it makes me sob every fucking time I hear the song. Like, I might cry while reading the lyrics to you. I'm not gonna skip a single one. I'm gonna read all of the lyrics, and I'm gonna sob. Like, there is a chance that I will cry. And if I do, sorry. Can't control that. It's too close to home. Okay, I'm gonna read the lyrics of Welcome Home first. So the fake version, the censored version of it, is what I call it, because it's censored. No one wants to hear the trauma, so they censored it. So I call it the censored version. This is the censored version. If it'll work. Please load. Okay, well, I'll pull it up on my phone. It's so... Okay, so in the beginning of the first song is Julia giving Donnie the poem, and then Donnie putting it to music for the first time. And then they actually do the censored version, which is all the sleepless nights, praying you'd return safely to my arms with all the honor you would earn. Letters every day sent to reassure, knowing all the dangers were duties of the tour. Now our wait has ended, our years of yearning, and I'm at my doorway, my love returning. Welcome home, my dear, welcome home, my sweet. Welcome home, my hero, welcome home, my heart. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. And that's the censored version. And that's the version that the competition runners thought that they were going to get and thought they would be able to use in the movies. But if there was a chance of winning the competition, they didn't want the message that they put into the world to be everything will be fine. They didn't want it to be like everyone else. They wanted to do something for the troops, to let them know that there's not something wrong with them just because not everything's the way it was before. Nothing could possibly be the way it was before. Not again. It can't after everything that you've been through. So, I'm reading them out loud. Instead of playing the censored version, they play the original Welcome Home that directly addresses every shitty thing that they went through and how they have to live with that forever, but no one ever wants to talk about it. And it is heart-wrenching. It's sung by Julia. I don't know what that means. Oh, got here. Gotcha. You got here just in time for the, saddest part. I'm so sorry. I will cry. I probably will cry. You have to deal with that. Sorry about it. Johnny made it home, most of him at least, had 3 operations, but the pain has not decreased. Nick learned to survive, means you never trust. Once you see the worst in man, then how do you adjust? Davy cracks a joke, claims to be alright, drinks a 5th of vodka in his kitchen every night, and I stand here trying, like Mother Mary, with my private burden of grief to carry. Welcome home, my boys. Welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Wayne is never free, schedules out his day, filling every minute just to keep the ghosts away. He could never get back the life he had, faced with raising kids who did not recognize their dad. Jimmy made it back to town 4 months ago. Lived to tell of things no one could bear to know. Keeps his guard up now a lot goes undiscussed. Focuses on fighting what he finds unjust. Welcome home, my boys. Welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home. Donnie does his best, trying to pretend what he doesn't talk about won't matter in the end. Donnie made it home, but thinks it wasn't fair how he made it out, but left his buddy there. Donnie doesn't sleep because the nightmares come. Donnie wants an answer. Donnie looks for absolution, and I'd give up anything if I could give him some. If I stand here helpless, my arms extended, knowing full well, darling, your war's not ended. Welcome home. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home. Welcome home, my boys. Welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. And then I have a very detailed, breakdown of it that I wrote. First verse is about Johnny and Davy. Johnny has phantom pains, so even though his body is technically fine, he still has aches from where he was wounded in battle. Davy uses humor and alcohol to cope with his trauma and refuses to admit that he's not okay because he'd rather forget and pretend it didn't happen. And then she talks about how she wants to help them because she understands, because she's been made a Gold Star wife. Next verse is Wayne and Jimmy. Wayne developed OCD from his trauma. He's obsessed with numbers and statistics, and he has to be doing something all the time, or else he'll think about the war and he'll crack. And it has ruined his marriage. It has ruined his family. His kids don't recognize him anymore because he's different. Nothing's the same anymore. Everything's not the way it was. It couldn't be. Jimmy barely talks because he's closed off after it, but he's quiet, but he can't get rid of the feeling that he's constantly in danger, so he's always on edge. Her verse about Donnie is, ouch. Yeah. Oh, we're sad. Hi, Perry. We're sad. We're very not fun. Oh. My Discord just crashed. I had the lyrics open there. We're talking about a very sad musical. It's my favorite musical, but it's very sad. I have to re-find my, found it. Okay. It starts with the same tempo as the others. Her verse about Donnie. It starts with the same tempo as the others, and she talks about how he just pretends to be okay because he wants things to go back to the way that they were before. Because that's the message that keeps getting shoved down their throats. Everything's gonna go back to normal. It'll be fine. But without acknowledging that the bad things happen, it can't possibly go back to normal, but no one wants to acknowledge that the bad things happened because it makes them uncomfortable to hear about it. It starts with the same tempo. The tempo and pace quickens as she talks about his nightmares and his constant search for normalcy as an end to the trauma. Hi. And I stand here helpless, my arms extended, knowing full well, darling, your war's not ended. The trauma is over for her. She has to heal from it, yeah. And she still has healing to do. But she can heal. Because people are comforting her. She's a gold star wife. People are comforting her and being like, I'm so sorry for your loss. And she is aware that she's getting comfort and they aren't, but they should be. Instead, they're just getting people saying thank you for your service. Like, that's gonna help. Hi, Finn. I'm sad. So in that, she goes, I stand here helpless, my arms extended, knowing full well, darling, your war's not ended. Because it's not over for them. It can't be if everyone keeps denying that bad things happened during it. It's a war. Bad things happen. But no one wants to talk about it because it makes them uncomfortable. The trauma's over for her. It's over for most everyone who didn't fight. At most, they'll mourn the loss of loved ones, and eventually they'll get better. She knows this, but the troops couldn't possibly be okay. Especially not with everyone telling them that they are so brave, and we're so thankful for your service. It will haunt them for the rest of their lives, and she knows it. Oh, guys, I might risk getting a DMCA strike just to play it for you, because it hurts. It hurts so much. Donnie does his best, trying to pretend what he doesn't talk about won't matter in the end. Donnie made it home but thinks it wasn't fair how he made it out but left his buddy there. Donnie doesn't sleep because the nightmares come. Donnie wants an answer. Donnie looks for absolution, and I'd give up anything if I could give him some. And I stand here helpless, my arms extended, knowing full well, darling, your war's not ended. They cannot possibly heal from the trauma that they went through. They can't heal from the war unless people let them. But they can't because they're so uncomfortable from the fact that anyone could go through such things. that anyone could... They don't want to hear that Donnie accidentally killed Michael and he has to live with that. They don't want to hear that. It makes them uncomfortable, and they can't possibly heal from that. They lived through it, and it makes people uncomfortable to hear about it. So obviously they don't win the competition with that, because it makes the public uncomfortable to hear about the actual trauma that people went through. So they don't win. But they do get big. Even though they don't win, they get appreciation from troops. Because the troops are finally hearing their side and feeling validated after months of being told that everything should be back to normal, and if it's not, you're broken. That's in the beginning of the musical. Where is it? In Just Like It Was Before. It starts with Donnie accidentally killing Michael. And it starts with him... I thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a lovely night. I'm sorry for the sobbing. Give it a listen. It will break you, but give it a listen. It starts with Donnie signing papers, and he talks with another guy who served in the war. And the guy asks, you doing cash or college? And Donnie responds with, I need the cash. And the soldier responds with, find something quick. I've been to 3 funerals this month. Nobody's talking about it because those guys came back fine a while ago. And Donnie says, what happened? And the guy says, they wanted a way to make it stop. Oh! Hi, Sky Gaming. You came at a sad point on a sad stream. But hi. Sorry. I'm fine. We're crying. We're crying. I don't care about the DMCA strike. I'm gonna show you guys this. It hurts. And you guys have to hear it.
Okay, Johnny.
Okay. So for those of you who weren't here the entire time, to summarize, Donnie gets home, is told that everything's gonna go back to normal, doesn't believe it, because it's not. Hears about a competition to honor the troops. It's a songwriting competition for a swing jazz band. And he thinks, who better to honor the troops than the troops themselves? So he makes a band full of troops. He makes a band with only soldiers. Only vets. They go to the competition, sing a bunch of songs, find out that the competition was rigged, and if they win, then the competition runners get the rights to their music and the money from the music being famous because they won the competition. So they decide to switch it up at the last second and sing the other version of a song that they made. So the first version is a happy version of like a woman greeting her husband after he's back from the war. And they sing the uncensored version, which is the original, which talks about all of the pain that they went through and all of the healing that they have to do. And Donnie and Julia are together. Yeah, soldiers, war, music, and a little bit of spicy trauma. That's pretty much it. Donnie killed his best friend Michael in a friendly fire incident. And Michael is Julia's husband. And Julia and Donnie are both in the band. And Donnie accidentally killed her husband. And they have to live with that. Water. Guys, here's Welcome Home, the finale. I'm gonna get Dwayne off the screen. He's taking up too much room.
Okay, Johnny. Faster. 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 Come on. Now sing.
Johnny made it home, most of him at least. Had 3 operations, but the pain has not decreased. Nick learned to survive, means you never trust. Once you've seen the worst in men, then how do you adjust? Davy cracks a joke, claims to be alright. Drinks a 5th of vodka in his kitchen every night. And I stand here trying, like Mother Mary, with my private burden, a brief to carry. Welcome home, my boys. Welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home. Welcome home. Wade is never free. Schedules out his day, filling every minute just to keep the ghosts away. He could never get back the life he had, faced with racing kids who did not recognize their dad. Jimmy made it back to town 4 months ago, lives to tell of things no one could bear to know. Keeps his guard up now, a lot goes undiscussed. Focuses on fighting what he finds unjust. Welcome home, welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home, welcome home. Donnie does his best, trying to pretend. What he doesn't talk about won't matter in the end. Donnie made it home but thinks it wasn't fair. How he made it out but left his body there. Donnie doesn't sleep because the nightmares come. Donnie wants an answer, Donnie looks for absolution. And I'd give up anything if I could give him some. And I stand here helpless, my arms extended, knowing full well, darling, your war's not ended. Welcome home. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home.
broken. Hey Dwayne, welcome back, buddy. First DMCA strike, how's it feel? Yeah. That's welcome home. That's the uncensored version. Owie. Ouchie, ouchie. This musical wrecks me. Doesn't feel good. No, it doesn't. I'm gonna get DMCA'd. That's okay. It's my first strike. It should be okay. Yeah. I was lucky enough to be able to see Bandstand live. And it hurt a whole lot. A whole lot. Like, ouchie, ouchie. I'm currently searching for my Twitter thread on it. Because I made a Twitter thread on it. Yeah, right in the feels. Right in the ouchie. Okay. Yeah. In my opinion, it is the best musical ever. Just ever. It's fun to stay at the DMCA. It is my favorite musical just ever. My dad is a retired soldier. He was in the military since he was old enough to be, and he retired late 2019 at 54. He joined the military at 18 and he retired at 54. Even if you can't do math, that's a long fucking time. And we saw it together. Me and him and my mom and my sibling and 2 of my cousins. Favorite is cousins. They're the best. And all of us were sobbing. I saw it on tour in Eugene, Oregon. And I still can't listen to the soundtrack without crying. It wrecked me, dude. It hurt. You guys should definitely go listen to the whole thing. It's incredibly written. It is heart-wrenching, obviously. Yeah, Dwayne's just chilling, dude. He's fucking vibing. If you guys aren't in the Discord, you should be, because I don't approve of bootlegs. I don't approve of bootlegs. Ever. I don't approve of bootlegs. They are illegal and therefore bad. In Discord, there's a link. You should go check it. But I don't approve of bootlegs. Check the Discord. Bootleg bad and illegal. I wouldn't do an illegal thing. Check the Discord. Don't watch a bootleg. Don't do that. Go watch the show. It hurts so much. If you don't want to watch the show, go listen to the soundtrack. Ouch. And let's see. Yeah, I was able to talk with the guy who played Donnie in my show. Not Corey Cott, obviously. He was just the Broadway version. I talked with the tour version, and that is Zach Zaramididis. Is that that's not how you say it, but Zaramididis. Zaramididis, I think. And I was able to talk with him on Twitter, and I think a little bit in person, just at the stage door. And ouch! I'm not giving you a bootleg. I would never. And if I did give a bootleg to you, it would be to let you know to avoid that specific link that I didn't send. But if I did send a link, it would be to let you know not to click on it. She could. Sorry, that was random. But one of my friends sent up a photo. And when I type, I say a lot of things out loud. Sorry. But yeah, ouch. If you guys want an ouch time, but also like a really good time, it's so worth it. It's so good. It's so good, guys. Oh, that's why I'm crying, because it's so good. It won a Tony for Best Choreography. It won 2 Drama Desk Awards. It won a Chita Rivera Award. It doesn't get enough recognition. For a Broadway musical that went on national tour, it is very underground. And you should definitely listen to it, and you should definitely not watch the bootleg. And you should let it tear you apart like it tore me apart and wrecked me. Fun facts. I have some tweets that I shared earlier tonight, but a lot of you weren't here for that. So here's that for those of you who weren't here. This is a genuine photo of me reacting to the lyric, "That was Julia before being branded a gold star wife, a distinction that's redefining my whole life." Followed by, "And I'm told to be proud, all the newsreels and magazines practically shout it, but I'm never allowed to admit there is nothing remotely heroic about it." 2 other genuine photos of me sobbing violently. Follow my Twitter for more pictures of me crying. It's a great Twitter, guys. It's a great Twitter. We have a time. We just have a joy time. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Yeah, music will go ouchie. Go listen to it. I think I'm gonna stop on another note. Gilly is doing alright, and I'm gonna stop this stream, and then I'm gonna go stream on the server. You guys don't have to come to that stream. It is pretty late. But just wanted to check in on there, because it's been a while. Still don't have a house, but a few of my friends made an ice house for Gilly. And so now he has an igloo. And so I'm gonna stop this stream, and I'll meet you there. Yeah? Need to renew my sub and can do it at 12. That is super PogChamp. I'll have to stream until then, at least. Okay. I'm gonna stop streaming, and then I'm gonna just take a 10-minute intermission, and I'll be back. Enjoy. Mwah.